Hi everyone, I am your friend Suhan, and in previous video we have seen Coin McCluskey implementation using C++. In today's video we will be seeing a transitive closure with the help of Walsh's algorithm. I have implemented it using JavaScript and also created a Chrome extension. So in this video we will be seeing Walsh's algorithm and also how to make Chrome extension. So let's get started. Before discussing about the algorithm, first we will see how the project turned out to be. So here you can see a Chrome extension which is named as Walsh's algorithm, and you can open it and give any relation, and then you will get a set of pairs which will make the relation transitive. It's a simple project which uses Walsh's algorithm. So let's see how the algorithm is implemented. Here you can see there are here is a re-render window function which is used for making the table and also setting the values. Next, this one is the most important function, as it says it is the Walsh's algorithm. The algorithm tells us that we should iterate from 0 to n minus 1 or 0 to the number of elements. So here 0 to n minus 1, when we iterate, we take first column and match it with the first row, and so on. Means first row first column, second row second column, and we check if there is any cell in that row which is 1, and also check that is there any cell which is 1 at the column. So when we get that, we match them and assign 1 to it, and so on. And doing it for 0 to n minus 1, we get the transitive closure. So this was about the algorithm, and I will also give a link to the GitHub repo so that you can see how it is implemented, and if you have any doubt you can comment in the comment section. And also now we will be seeing how to make a Chrome extension. The first thing which is very important to get started is press the this icon here, and then go to more tools and extensions. And if you have not developed any extension or seen this window, the developer mode will be off. You have to click it and it will be on, and after that we have to load the unpacked. Now let's make a simple project, hello world, as every project starts there. So I will make in my trial folder. Now for making, I will give it hello world, and now I will open it in VS Code. I will take it off the screen so that you can view it clearly. Now in VS Code, first we have to make a manifest.json file, which is the most important one, as it contains the structure of the Chrome extension, as it tells Chrome what is the name of Walsh's algorithm, what is the version, and which manifest version we are using, and also it specifies the permissions we are asking from Chrome to provide. So let's start. So in manifest.json, first we will give name, which will be hello world, and after that we will be giving version. For the first version you can simply give any number, or I will recommend you to start with 0.01, and as you update the extension you can increase 1, or depending on how the update is. If it is a major update, then here you can increment a value. If it is smaller update, you can increment here, and if it is a bugs bug changes, then you can increment a value, which makes the project more friendly to notice. Now we also have to give the manifest version so that Chrome can know which we are using. For this we are using the manifest version 2, and after that we also have to give browser action. Before giving the browser action, let's first see the permissions. And in permissions we have to give an array of permissions which we are requiring. In this case, as we are using the extension on our tab, so we have to tell Chrome that we need active tab permission. You can see the documentation for other permissions, but for now we are using active tab permission. And also we have to give what actions to be taken when we open our project or the extension. So browser action, in browser action we have to provide an object which will contain the action. First one is default pop-up, means when we click on it, what pop-up should be appear by default. So in this case I will give index.html, and the main thing is done. Yes, now you have to simply make a website as we make a, a, a now I will give it hello world, and for the tag first we will give a main container div. You can directly give it or as you wish, but I prefer to give main container div and everything inside it. So here is now let's run the extension. So for running the extension, as I have shown how to go in the extension tab, if not click on this symbol and then more tools and extensions, and when you come to the extension, tick this developer mode, and after that you have to click on load unpacked, which will load our extension. So for loading it we will go to our trial and hello world. You have to load the folder in which your manifest.json is there. So I will select that. So some problems are there. When we go to the manifest.version, oh, it is manifest, sorry. Now again we retry, and here you can see a icon is there with hello world. Now hello world, and after pinning you can open it. Okay, some errors are there. So this is my first time making these Chrome extensions, but what is the error now? Active tab is there, name is also there, hello world. I think that can anyone guess here, because it will be a small typo or something, but what is it? Now I think something went wrong, and as we develop anything we have to solve the errors. So it's common to get errors, but we have to solve it. Let's check this. This is my new one and it was here. So what was wrong here? Browser. Okay, I got the problem. The S was remaining, so yes, perfect. Okay, the hello world is printed. Now you can style it using the normal CSS, and the procedure is same, that we have to link it with using the link tag, and if I give it h1 red, so our h1 tag in our HTML it will be red. So let's check it. Yes, it's red, and that's it. You have made a Chrome extension by yourself if you were following, and everything works same as you can make a JavaScript file and also run it there. But only one thing which does not work is the events, the inserted event. Like I cannot call on click, I cannot call events from the p tag or events which are inserted in the p tag. But we can call on click by using JavaScript, like, which will work fine, but we cannot directly embed the events in the tag. This is only the one thing which Chrome does not let us do. So if we want to perform some actions on clicking a certain button or a certain word, then we have to make a script.js file, as we do in our regular building when we build a project. So that's all. Now you can share your projects with me in the comment section and have fun.